Hey everybody, Brenda Mullard from the Visual Art Academy, the Junior Visual Art Academy, and the Bring Your Own Brush Club. So Thursdays are my tips, tricks, and inspiration day, and it's been a little while since I've been on, I know, and I apologize for that. I wanted to share a couple things with you of a tip and kind of a trick at the same time. So a lot of you know that I have been teaching kids art camps this week. We had a rainforest animal camp. And one of the things that I showed the kids, which is as fun for an adult as it is for a kid, is to use washable markers and turn them into what looks like watercolor. Super fun. Super fun. So all you do, and I'm going to grab my water and my brush here. All you do is you take washable markers. I am using the Crayola Super Tips because they come in a billion colors and you can mix colors and it's awesome. And they really flow super, super nicely with water. All you do is you take and you can color with the marker, and I'll even mix a couple of colors here. Super fun. So there are my two colors, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take just plain water, just plain clear water in my paintbrush, and all I do is I add a little bit of water to my paint. Now you have to be careful if you're dripping, and I have it vertical here, so it's going to kind of move on me, but it turns into like watercolor. So fun. The kids I had today this week have been blown away that you can do that with marker. It has to be washable marker. It doesn't work as well with regular markers. It does work, not as well. And you need to use a mixed media paper or a watercolor paper for it to work. Lots of times the water, if you're using like regular sketchbook paper or just a heavier like cardstock, it won't work because the water soaks into the paper. Where the mixed media paper and the watercolor paper, it takes on. And I can even take this, and bring it out farther. Look at it, it just keeps going and going and going. The more water I use, the lighter the color. Isn't that cool? That is awesome. I love that. All right, so also, I just want to keep playing with it. It's so fun. So also, there's your tip and your trick. Tip and trick all in one, really. And then a little bit of inspiration. Well, this week I have had kids doing art camp, and kids are so much fun because they just create. They just create and really don't even think about what anybody thinks of them or how it's going to look when they're done. It's just fun, right? So a couple of things I want you to think about this week. One, create because you want to create. Not because you're worried about what somebody's going to say about it, what somebody's going to think about it, or if you can sell it. That always seems to be a big deal. If you can sell artwork, then you're a real artist. Don't do that. Make it for you. Do something you want to do, and not something that you think somebody will buy, okay? Here is another tip for you. When you are painting, you don't necessarily always have to paint on a piece of mixed media paper. You don't always have to paint on a canvas. I know many of you have seen me paint on wood before, but this week we have been working on painting on brick, okay? Now this is an edger, okay? It's got three curved, one side's a pumpkin, one side's an apple basket, and the middle is our scarecrow guy. This is what we're working on last week and this coming week in our Bring Your Own Brush Club, which, by the way, I am going to be opening, and I have a special where I'm letting people in for the first month for $19. So it's a huge, huge bargain. But think about other surfaces that you want to paint on. I have this jar I spray painted it with an off-white antique white primer. And it's a flat spray paint, so I can go ahead with my acrylic paints and I can paint whatever on here that I want to paint. Now I think I'm going to do something fall because that's kind of what everybody's starting to get excited about. But think about other surfaces that you can paint on. Not just paper, not just canvas. Yes, it's fun, it's great, it's awesome, right? But think about other things you can paint on. Galvanized buckets, big. Think about, you know, a galvanized bucket with a mum plant inside of it. So cool, right? So cool. A jar with a little bit of either raffia tied around the top or like a rough kind of twine that's wrapped around the top with a fall or Halloween scene. Fun, right? So think about a few things that you wanna paint on. Lately, I've been playing around with these, okay? These are super fun. You can take and paint right on them, or I have been taking some of my other original artwork, I threw it on the computer and shrunk it down so that it fits on the front of my clip, and then I have really cute, I'll embellish it with some glittery paint or something kind of cool, and I'll seal it, and I can use them as a clip. Some of them I've been putting a round little magnet on, and I can use it as a magnet clip on a refrigerator or, you know, wherever I want. I can use it as a little chip clip kind of thing. Super cool, super fun, but painting on something different than paper or canvas or whatever. So there is your tip, your trick, and a little bit of inspiration for you today. Just a reminder, I will post in the comments the link to the Open Bring Your Own Brush Club. Again, I'm only opening it for a couple of days. It's going to be back at the founding members price for the first month of $19, and then it's the regular price for the month after that. But I'm super glad you were here. I'm super glad you're joining me, and let's have fun. Let's find something to paint other than paper and canvas. And if nobody has told you yet today, you are awesome. Have an awesome night, you guys. I will see you really, really soon.